Hey guys, just want to do a video of a rig rundown. I watch a lot of rig rundowns from Premier Guitar and whatnot, and just like a lot of other gear rundown. I'm kind of a gearhead now when it comes to guitar stuff. I'm going to go through what I use mainly from amp to pedals to guitars. Alright, I'm going to start with the amp. It's a Marshall Valve State VS100 head. It's a 100 watt amp. The cabinet goes with it is also a Marshall. I just happened to take the Marshall sign off it because it was falling apart. This Valve State is a 3-channel amp. You got your clean, overdrive 1, overdrive 2. Clean channel's got a 3-part EQ. Bass, middle, and treble. And there's one EQ for your overdrive, for both overdrives, with the bass, treble, and middle. Separate gains for each of the overdrives. My overdrive 1 is at 50, while my OD2 is all the way cranked. Also with your overdrive 2, you have a contour, kind of helps give you a different shape to your sound compared to your OD1. With with your clean channel, you have a tone shift, which kind of helps out with your tone a little bit on the clean channel, kind of brighten it up a bit. For your overall, it has a effects mix here and 2 reverbs, which I have cranked all the way down because I do not like reverb. Reverb, just something I just don't really care for in my sound. An effects mix, which I have down as well because I don't use the on the back panel the effects send and return. It has a bonus power dimension switch, which is kind of like a compressor almost. It kind of compresses and tightens up the sound a bit. I keep that on. But over that, this is a really good amp. I bought that from Willie. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it much. This amp is my latest step. I had a Behringer 212. I still have it, but that was my. This is my step up from that. Sometimes, if I can, I have in the past is taken the Behringer and kind of stacked it with this, kind of making a Frankenstack. Not really using the head of the Behringer 212, but using the speaker to kind of add 2 more 12s with the 4 12s that's already with this cabinet. Alright, and that's pretty much it for the amp. The back panel has 2 cabinet outputs, an emulator, line out, send and return for effects, headphones, pretty much the basics. It's an older Valve State model of Marshall. It's a Valve State, which kind of means it's a hybrid. It's a British, so they call it a Valve State. In US, it would be called a tube state because it has one small tube in the preamp. But for the most part, it's a solid state amp. Still a good amp. It's great headroom. The volume-wise, I can play it here, keep it loud enough here, but then if I go, like for Sundays, I'll crank the volume up to 3 o'clock position on the volume knobs. But it's a great amp, love it. And the pedal board. I'm kind of proud of this pedal board, but I'll go through it. My pedal board is set up a little differently than most pedal boards. The chain for the pedal board goes through the noise selector, tuner, the wah, to the volume, and out to the amp. And all the effects here are looped through the noise suppressor, which the noise suppressor is really the heart and soul of this pedal board because it's a filter plus a noise suppressor. It helps with the filtering of excess noise throughout the effects. I know this chorus pedal by itself can give some excess static noise. Even though it's kind of the heart, I really don't ever turn on the noise suppressor unless I'm using the baritone because the wiring is not perfect in it, I should say. being that I did it myself, and so it kind of gives excess feedback, like possibly a wire came ungrounded or something, but that's really the only time I ever turned the noise suppressor on. The tuner I have through the bypass, because I just like having it to where the tuner is on, but I can still play. I used to have it to where I had the tuner connected to the tuning output on the volume pedal, and the tuner would be always on, so I kind of like that. The Morley Tremonti wah is a great wah. I love this thing. It's optical, so there's no buttons. I used to have an original Crybaby, which was great, but this one's even better because just the fact that you don't have to worry about a button. I like how the sound. I did some research on it before I bought it, between people who've done demos of it and actually watched the video of Mark himself talking about it. And I like how he said that he made it to where this pedal has a certain range that's not too high, and I like that. It is just a perfect correct range for when you're using a wah effect. It's got a boost on it, which is really nice. The boost can definitely bring out your sound for a solo or anything like that. Now I said I have a loop, as you can see on the noise return, that's my loop effect. So I'm going through the amp, I loop everything, effect loop through the noise suppressor. And the effect chain goes MT2, flanger, chorus, and back. This chorus I've had forever in a day. I got that from Mr. Tim Frederick back in Louisiana. Thank you, Mr. Tim. This pedal is still going strong. I love it. It's got a great bright sound out of it. I mainly use that for clean channel, just to kind of brighten up a bit. And I have it set up to where if I want, I can kind of hit those at the same time, so they're right next to each other. Kind of use those in correlation with each other. Love this flanger. It's the second flanger I got. The first one I had was a different, it wasn't a Boss, it was some weird, like, Chinese model. It happened to break on the way from Korea, so I had to replace it with a even better one. I like this flanger. It's really nice. I like this. I have it set to where it's the rate of the delay effect on it is just right for almost anything. This MT2 Metal Zone is a awesome distortion pedal. I got that in Korea just for grins and giggles, but it's a great effect distortion. It's really heavy gain, really good for metal play. This one I also mainly use for the baritone as well, just because it evens out the deep ends and the high ends mixed together, create a perfect blend. Because overdrive with the baritone, just too much to me. It seems like too much bottom end on the sound. So I mainly use it. I use this too for like other guitars, just to play around with it. But I mainly like to use that for the baritone. And obviously I got the Marshall foot switch for clean into OD2. It's not the original one. The original one had wiring problems, but I was able to find a replacement for it. It's a really good basic pedal board. I like it. This is my current configuration. I like this configuration a lot. It's more organized than it was. Everything that I mainly mess with is up front and not in the, whatnot. I'm hoping to maybe add 1 or 2 pedals on it. I know for this on a Pedal Train 2 PT2 pedal board. Really light aluminum frame, comes with a soft case. It's great setup. Everything's powered with a basic daisy chain, except for the Morley. I have that patched off from the noise suppressor because there's a power output, and I just use a basic Boss wall plug. So its setup is great. It's easy to set up, easy to tear down if need to. I'm happy with it. Kind of go first part of the guitar. This is my newest edition, the Tremonti PRS SE Custom. As you can tell, I'm a big Tremonti fan, but not only am I a Tremonti fan, his stuff that he has is actually really good stuff. Like his wah pedal is really good. His pickups, which are in the baritone, are really good pickups. Really hot on the bridge and real beefy on the neck pickup. And his SE Custom, this is one of his lower end guitars. It's one I can afford. It's not his. It's a signature model, but it's not his U.S. made. It's still a Korean made. But it's still a good guitar. The setup on it is perfect, thanks to the guys at Guitar Center. Love this guitar. It's just great to play. I've been playing on this thing since I got it back. Yeah, and over here is my custom-made baritone. I've already had a video of this. If you haven't seen it, you should check that out. Custom-made from a fender body, war moth neck. Everything on it, like I said before, is custom, new parts except for the back plate and the input jack. I have to do some more work on it because the bridge is actually too far back, and the scale is off by like an inch or so. So that's probably why I'm having intonation problems, where everything's too flat at the 12. So I haven't really played that, and I need to readjust the neck on it. And like I showed before, it has the original Dang 2, Dang Square logo on it. My logo for the Dang 2 Productions. And that's this first half. This is my 2 guitar. This the Mark Tremonti, just for what my tunings I use 4 different tunings, and my PRS guitar is going to be my standard drop D. The baritone is C sharp, drop B, Bravo, drop Delta, drop Bravo, just so I don't get that confused. My drop B, C sharp guitar. Alright, for the rest of the guitars, here they are. They're on my Roadrunner 7 guitar stand. And the first one is my Ibanez AR250. Really awesome guitar. Another, this was actually given to me, or I won't say given, I was pretty much borrowing it for the last 12 years or so from Tim Frederick. Great guitar. I've had to do pretty much no maintenance on it besides changing strings when needed and cleaning it up. It's a great guitar. I love this guitar. This one's been my #1 since the beginning, pretty much. It's got a great tone. This was my standard guitar, but now that I got the PRS, I've changed that one to my half step down guitar. The next one is the one that I've had literally since the beginning. My J.R. Beck guitar. This one I've gotten from Mom and Dad Christmas. Very first electric guitar. It's got a Floyd Rose, double 2 humbucker with a single coil in the middle, 3-way switch, or actually it's a 5-way switch. The Floyd Rose is actually jacked up on it, and I haven't really played this one too much because of that reason. But I'm planning on fixing that one day. Changing out the Floyd Rose and getting that one properly set up. First guitar, I didn't really know how to deal with a Floyd Rose or how it worked, and kind of messed it up. But I still wouldn't get rid of that guitar for nothing. That's one guitar that I'm gonna keep forever. Means a lot to me. All right, my next guitar is my Dean Noir. Got this from Adrian. Thanks, bud. This is my whole step drop C guitar. Double humbucker. Simple setup. I love it. It's just a 2-way, or it's got a 3-way switch on like a Les Paul, and just a basic 1 control for tone and volume for your the humbucker pickups. Different pickups than my regular humbuckers on my other guitars. My one 5-string bass that I got, this is a really nice 5-string. End up taking everything down with me. There we 5-string Squire Fender jazz bass. I love this thing. It's pretty nice for only $200. This is a very nice bass. I played the heck out of this when I was in Georgia playing with the band. Old Testament Fury or Boxcar Brewers, whichever name we preferred at the time. A lot of my guitars have given to me. This next one is a good example. My Alvarez acoustic. It's a great acoustic. Got that from Diane and Roger, my wife Lauren's aunt and uncle. It's a great acoustic. Another guitar that I have, I don't really play this one much, but I still keep this one around. It's a Behringer Axe 393. It's kind of a Frankenstein guitar in the fact that you can actually hook this up to a computer and play with straight recording. Yeah, it's got a USB on the bottom. That's not a bad little guitar. I keep it around. It's really nice. My little Strat model. And my next one is my Ibanez 12-string. Bought that when I was in Texas. I mean, you're in Texas, buy a guitar. More fitting. It's a great tone. I've always wanted a 12-string. This is actually one of the first guitars I bought. Just the tone of a 12-string is just amazing. Just those overtones with the second layer of strings. My friend Brent he had one. I loved it. He had an Ovation 12-string. But yeah, that's pretty much it. These two, or these plus the other two, the baritone and the PRS. That's my guitars. Just for a side note, I use these picks. This one looks familiar. I use these thinner picks. I mean, it's a medium size pick, but I use these for acoustics. And for heavy, come over to the recording station. And for heavy electric playing, I use Dunlop stubbies, 3s and 2s. I also use the Jazzmaster 3s Super Grip, and I'm starting to actually go more towards those because those don't seem to wear down on the tips of the pick as much as the as the stubbies do. Plus, the stubbies are really hard to find without having to order them straight from Dunlop. But yeah, that's what I used to play. Hope you like. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. There's more to come on this new channel. Thanks, guys. God bless and have a nice day.